Okay, welcome everyone to another one of my Blender tutorials, and what we're going to do today, I'm going to show you how to do I guess you call it a title effect or a text effect. So you can put on it's a video pre-roll. So I'm going to show you how to do it, and I'm going to be using the array modifier to do this particular effect. So anyway, we're going to start with, we're going to get our camera set, and let's see here. Let me zoom out a little bit. I'm going to place the camera. I'm going to do X0 like so, X0 like so, and then we're going to Alt-R to reset the rotation, and then let's use RX90, and that puts the camera straight forward there. And so we'll click that, and we'll have it right here at the center. And then we're going to go to the top view. We'll pull this back a little bit. We're going to put some text here at the origin. I believe we got the light there. We're going to move this light back. We're really not going to use the light, but we're going to put some text in here. So, Shift A, and we're going to put some text in here. And we're going to use this fictitious movie studio. I call it Vector Studios. Like so. Tab to I like to get it in the center there, and you go down here under the font modifier, and I just hit center. So what I want to do is here I want to use I'm going to do an animation on the vector array, but we're going to get the camera set up here for orthographic, and go to the camera tab, do orthographic, and we're going to look through our camera there. Looks like we need to turn our text up, rotate 90 degrees. Okay. So now we got Vector Studios right there, and we'll make the world black. We're going to use an emission shader on this, so the we really don't even need the light, even though it's back there. Well, we don't really need it. So we're going to put an emission shader on. Well, first we're going to actually, to do this, we'll go ahead and convert it. We really don't need to, but we'll convert it to mesh. And so now, if we just check that effect. Okay, so we got the mesh, and we'll just leave it like that. We really don't need to do it, but I found out that, you know, if you want to do some other things with the text, other effects, like a quick explosion or something, you need to convert the mesh. So anyway, we're going to get our emission shader in there, and we'll press N. We'll expand this window here, and we'll go to the node editor, and we'll click new. And what I've been doing here is I just go over to the diffuse, and under the tab you can just go ahead and say emission. So we're going to make an emission shader there. Yeah, no, that's about all I really need. I'm going to change that to red, my favorite colors. Change that to pure RGB red. And now if we render in the viewport, let's say we got these red text. Now the effect I want to do is kind of, I don't know what you call it, but I'll show you how it works, what I've done here. What we're going to do is actually we're going to animate the modifier. So you want to click off the relative offset. Well, actually you can have it like that. But what you can do is you can go in here. I'm just going to say, 1. I'm going to put in 1 for, whoops, backspace. We're just going to put in 1 for each one of these, for X, Y, and Z. And that'll make a relative offset. If you want to look at this, you can go to you can see that it has an offset of 1 on each. We only got 2 of them, so we're gonna crank this up to 12, like so. Okay. Let me go back to our camera view, and I'll show you how this works. What I've been doing with it. So for your first frame, you just want to come over here and just hit I. And then we're going to make this to 3 seconds at 90 seconds. And then we'll go back in here and we'll reset this back to 0 for all of these. and this will be our second keyframe. Just hit I, and we'll make this only 90 seconds. I've been doing these for 30 frames a second, so when you put them in your videos, as you know, you do record record a screen video. If you don't have this at 30, your audio is out of sync, and so everything that goes before the video and with it needs to be at 30 frames a second. So I thought I'd just mention that. But I'll show you real quick this effect here and what it does. And we'll just, you can Alt A or just hit this tab down here. And you see that it goes long. It's kind of a cool effect. We'll do a viewport effect here. We'll we'll up the performance of the viewport over here. We'll go to something like 256. Now when I render it in a viewport, it'll give us a lot cleaner preview here. So you see all the other offset instances of Vector Studios comes back together. Now this is pretty cool, but we can animate some more stuff here. What I did here is, let's say that when we get to the end of the frame, we want all our text to be red. So we'll just say at frame 90, we'll just hit I. And then we'll go back to our first frame. And we'll say, well, I want this to start out as yellow before it all comes together. So you can go down here and let's get a pure RGB yellow and just hit I. So what happens here is when all the other copies come together, the text goes back to red. Okay, and you know, you can play with this. What I've been doing is you can just really use your imagination here. We can we'll close this node editor for a moment. We can add one more element to that, and we want to let's see, this is going to be, we want to rotate this whole thing by the Z-axis over the 90 frames. So we can do that as well. And you want it by Z, so you just go I over here at your rotation tabs or indicators here, like so. And then we'll go to the very last frame. We'll put in 360, and we'll animate that. So now we have quite a few things going on here. You'll have the whole thing turn around, and gradually it all comes back together and says Vector Studio. So, I mean, you can keep stacking this stuff up, and you can have it do all this, turn around, and all the text comes together. And, I'm going to animate one more thing here. We'll go back to our solid view. Now we're looking down we're looking down the y-axis. Now we currently have our the camera set to orthographic. So if you do a location animation, it won't show up. So what you can do is you can switch back over to the perspective camera, and we'll do that. And so we have this this text here sitting at -6, and I believe, let's see. Now we're looking down the Z-axis now. So if we let's see, if is it -10? I think 10. No, it's going to be -10. So we'll say -10 Z. And let me check if I'm right here. Yeah, -10. Let's see what it goes forward. Oh, we're animating the camera. Okay, sorry about that. We'll Control Z that. We were messing with the camera there. Let me go back to our... Okay, I got the camera offset here. We'll get it back to 0. Where'd our text go here? So we got to bring our camera over in the X. Whoops, that's the text. Okay. Control Z that. Okay, we're going to bring the text back to 0. And back to 0Y. And we're going to get our camera back to the X and the Y. Let's see, what did I moved that the wrong way. So we want to get our camera back to, we'll go this way. We'll do it this way. No, we gotta go up. I'm gonna get this fixed here some kind of way. I accidentally moved the camera. There we go. We're back. So we got our camera at. We're looking down the y-axis, and our text is. I'll try to move it back down to the middle of the camera view here. Sorry about that. So we're looking straight at Vector Studios. We're going to go back to our perspective camera temporarily. All right. So. We want to animate the text by location. So we're looking down the y-axis. We'll move it back. We'll move it back, we'll say we move it back minus 15. Yep. Like so. Yep. Keep moving it the wrong way. Okay. So we need to go in a positive direction instead. So we'll move it back 14. I'll move it back a little bit more. We'll move it back to 20. And we'll make sure I'm on the first frame here. Okay. So we've got our text moved back. We'll hit I. And then we'll go to our last frame here. And we got to go back the other way. And then we'll bring it forward there. In the camera view. And we'll just set I there. So now what we've got here is we got the text rotating, gradually coming forward to the camera, and then settling back down to all the letters are settling back into to one single text. And we'll do the animation. We'll do the rendered viewport. And so there you go. That's just another way you can do a video pre-roll for your screen captures. And that'll be all for now. Let me see if I can find what I did previously, and I'll show you that. Oh, here's the one I'll show you. This is the one I did earlier. Now I didn't have the animation of the location. But anyway, that's what it looks like. So if you find that useful, just leave a comment down there in the comment section. If you want to subscribe, please do that as well. I'll be doing some other pre-roll effects I'll share with you, a few other techniques I've learned. And so thanks for watching, and I'm out of here.